I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm alone.
We are at Marwick Bay. The wind is literally blowing my breath out of my voice. What? Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. All the way along you'll see these little cake huts. I'm just going to have a look. I don't suppose there'll be anything in there that we can eat. Oh, no cakes. No cakes at all. The cake hut was empty. Empty. Walking down to the fishermen's huts. It's about half hour from here, so let's give it a go. Huts were built between 1899 and 1907 by local farmers. You can stay overnight at the Bay of Marwick. However, it is still quite breezy here.
You'll have seen in the video that we went to the Orkney brewery. It was quite busy with tour groups, so we weren't able to go on the tour. But I did buy a bottle of Puffin Tawny Ale, and it says here on the Puffin Tawny Ale, the puffin, or rami nori, as it's affectionately known in Orkney, brings a smile to the face of anyone lucky enough to see it. It's not puffin time of year, but they are comical birds, and one day we will get our timings right to see puffins. So apparently this has a sweet nutty malt with cedarwood. You know, I should have brought my glasses, shouldn't I? Because I can't read it. Well, we'll give it a try anyway. So it's called Puffin Tawny Ale by the Orkney Brewery. Okay. Have a look what it looks like. This is not the start of a beer review process. Well, I don't think it is anyway. I'm rather hoping we're going to get to the Highland Park Distillery. Shh. Cheers. Very nice. Thank you, Orkney. Really loving it here, having a great time, and looking forward to the next week of further adventures. That's me, out for now. Orkney is a very windy place. So we spent last night on the car park at the Ring of Brodka. Plans kind of got cast asunder because Skyrray was closed yesterday because of the weather. Appears to be open today, so we're on our way there now. And it was an uneventful night, but squalls of rain and wind. Interesting. Now I can also say my ankle is a lot better. Note to self, don't go climbing up slippy banks, you silly arse. Well, here we are. Third time lucky for Skyrray. This is a replica of the houses here at Skara Brae. So we're going to go for a walk back 5,000 years. I think 5,000 years might be getting blown towards us.
Sand, I'm getting sandblasted. That hurts when it does that.
What you can't feel is the sand stinging your face as it's being blown up off the beach.
I don't know what to say. Wow.
It must have been an extraordinary discovery when the sand was blown off the top of the dunes and this emerged. Hello there. You're on the edge.
I know we are today. It's a bit windy today, but not as bad as yesterday. We closed yesterday.
Yes, I know.
So we're okay today.
We were booked on yesterday.
Yeah. Well, it was touch and go this morning, but
yes.
It's okay. People just need to be careful. That's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just as you walk around here, you're now at the part where it's really narrow, the path.
Yeah.
So this is the part, single file, please. And if there are people in front of you, you'll just need to let them go on.
Yeah.
Rather than overtaking.
No problem.
Enjoy. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the houses would have been fully enclosed, obviously not open to the elements like they are today, and you access via a tunnel. What we just learned was the land behind, or the sea as it is now, the headland marks roughly where the sea would have been, and this would have been a marshy area.
That was Skara Brae. It was incredibly windy, so we didn't linger too much, for quite literal fear of being blown over. The footpath now appears to be leading us to Scale House.
Well, part of the admission includes Scale House. Scale House is where the landowner who discovered Skara Brae lived. So let's go and have a look at a traditional laird's dwelling.
Okay.
So as we approach Scale House, interesting to see that in this remarkable landscape, he found it necessary to build a ha-ha. And of course, the obligatory cannons.
I think we should definitely get a cannon for our front lawn.
Unfortunately, tourism brings its trappings. Part of those trappings seem to be a falconry exhibition. I don't much like falconry exhibitions. I feel sorry for the birds.
Dining room, not my taste at all. Do not like the crockery. The chairs don't match. Badly done.
And I don't like blue wine glasses.
Oh no, me neither. Ugh.
Touch of poison.
Yeah. Call this a library? Where are the books? I've got more books in my bedroom. Lovely pink and grey bathroom. My nan had this. Nope, doesn't smell of imperial leather.
Skara Brae was absolutely incredible. It really was. It was just such an evocative and atmospheric place. Interesting to learn about where the sea would have been, i.e. not as close as it is now. And I think that puts a lot of these places into context. You know, we see them with today's eyes. We don't necessarily see them through previous people's eyes, because that's very hard to do. The trip itself, superb. You get the scale house ticket as part of the deal. I'm not into looking around stately homes, and the way they dress them up, it's ridiculous.
I hated it.
I think that rather spoilt the experience, but you know, that's us. So when we left Skara Brae, it was windy and then it started raining, so we didn't do any video. We drove across from Skara Brae to Kirkwall, which I suppose is the capital of Orkney, the capital town,
Certainly the
main
biggest
town. And it was quite a windy night. Now, there is a car park in Kirkwall just next to Tesco where you can park for up to 24 hours free of charge. So we did that, and we then in the evening we went out and visited the Orkney distillery and had dinner at the Harbour Cafe, which was very nice. Gluten-free fish and chips.
Gluten-free fish and chips?
Yeah, or you had gluten-free, not deep-fried sausage.
Yeah.
Which was very good. So back on with the story. Wow. We're in Kirkwall. And today is washing day. So we have visited the Laundorama. How exciting. And while the washing washes, we're going to go for a wander. Another nice busy high street. But then I suppose it does help if you've only got two main towns in Orkney, Stromness and Kirkwall, and there don't seem to be a vast amount of other shopping areas. So I think it's all concentrated. Maybe that's what we need to do. Pull back our community high streets. We're in Jolly Orkney, which is kind of a delicatessen, gift shop, wine shop, Jollies of Orkney. A super swim at the leisure centre here in Kirkwall. What a lovely facility. How very nice. So, Kirkwall's got a lot to recommend it. It's free park up in the centre of town. There is a campsite, although it's £30 odd a night, just behind me at the Pickahoy Centre. Nice distillery, nice whisky. We had fish and chips at the Harbour Cafe. What a lovely place. And now, fully refreshed, we're ready to move on. So entirely by accident, we appear to have stumbled upon a brewery, the Swanay Brewery.
So
yes, tell us about.
do you like a lager? Do you like an IPA? Do you like a dark beer?
You're talking to this one, not me.
Okay. You don't like beer?
I don't like beer.
Okay.
I mean, I prefer a stout as long as it doesn't have milk in. No, because some do.
That's got oats, no milk. I will let you have a little taste and you can tell me what you think.
Other than that, I'm more of a bitter, so more of a sort of heavy.
Yeah, we don't have any bitter on tap at the moment and we don't have any in cans. But that smells divine. To me it smells like, you know when you're soaking your fruit for your Christmas pudding or your Christmas cake?
Yeah.
That's what that smells like to me. Lots, and probably in North East England as well.
So this is our stopping place for the night.
We are at the Broch of Guinness. We drove up, having been told we might see seals here, and I shouted, "Oh, I can see a seal!" Viewers, it was not a seal, it was a duck. Of course it was a duck. Anyway, the excitement is, apart from not seeing seals, that we can stay here overnight. And we've got tickets for the visitor centre tomorrow, although you don't actually need tickets to go in because it is a public footpath.
So we're standing now in front of what would have been the entrance. The route led through an unroofed gatehouse along a paved passage directly to the Broch doorway. Stone pivot points have survived at both ends of the gatehouse, suggesting access was controlled by doors. Brochs are particular to the Atlantic coast of Scotland and generally consist of a circular tower. They estimate that this one would have been up to 10 metres tall. Surrounded by bank and ditch for protection, and in this case with a village inside the bank and ditch. There are many rules of thought about what the Broch was for. Some archaeologists think that it was a place of refuge. Evidence suggests that this Broch was lived in for a number of centuries, or certainly used for a number of centuries. It's quite a complex number of dwellings, storehouses on this site. Under the Broch, it appears to be some sort of cistern with steps going down into it. Was it some sort of strange bathhouse? And now you let the water out. This is the type of cistern found in the other houses, which they suggest might have been an area for creating hot water. So you fill it full of water and then put stones heated on the fire into it to create hot water. But so much of archaeology is supposition, so who knows? I imagine that similar to Skara Brae, where obviously the landscape changes, that instead of being an open sea loch, this would have been marshland leading down to the sea. It's a stunning location. Opposite us we have the island of Raasay, and there is another broch roughly at the same point across the water. You can get a better impression of the circular aspect of this site from up here. Today we're visiting Barony Mill, where they mill a barley grain called Bere, B-E-R-E. Grain is low in gluten and it's still grown on the island of Orkney. It's not warm enough here to grow wheat.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Canyo. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm